Hey Christian, hi Eric. This is the world famous Stuttering John. I'm sorry I'm a little under the weather. Got a really sore throat. This is for your annual Super Bowl party. Well, I hate to say it, but I'm gonna actually fucking root for the Eagles. And I can't stand the Eagles. And that stupid fucking Fly Eagles Fly song they do. But I'll root for them. I'm sick of the referees favoring Patrick Mahomes and Taylor Swift. Anyway, the score at halftime will be 2017. What's the appropriate number of beers for a Super Bowl? I don't know, about 50, 100. Why did the Giants let Saquon Barkley get away? Because it was the dumbest football decision. I equated to the Red Sox letting Babe Ruth go so they could make no in the net. Fucking stupid. What would you say to Lady K? Just do it. About the Bills. Well, much like Lady K, the Bills are losers. This is Stuttering John saying, yeah.
Let me hear you all say, E-L-G-S-E-S, Eagles! Let's go.
You're listening.
Yeah, like all the time I'm listening.
WATB with Christian, Eric, and Carl sometimes.
Listen in your office, in your car, or even your neighborhood bar.
We're doing it. We're doing it. We're having fun. We're making it happen. It's fun time.
Open your mouth, close your eyes. We're going to give you a big surprise.
And here it is.
Yes, indeed. Welcome to Who Are These Broadcasters, the only show brave enough to point out that the score in the Super Bowl was actually Eagles 41.5, KC 20.5. I am Christian Bladt. With me, with all of his Christmas cheer, red and green, red on top, green on the bottom, the one, the only, Mr. Eric Zane. How are you, sir?
Hello to you. I appreciate that outstanding welcome. Excuse me while I adjust my camera so that you can't see my unfinished kicked-in door.
You do know that people tune in for three things. They want to see your unfinished kicked-in door. They would love the chance to see your taint again. But also, number three, the tattoo reveal. I believe our buddy Sam Bibley is really waiting on that.
Yeah, and these are all things that are worth waiting for. And they've all happened at one time or another. And yeah, there you go. I love that. Derelict Derek says, I love Eric. Fly to Portland and we'll have a good time. You mean like we'd go to the zoo or perhaps do some bike riding?
Well, you guys probably would go look for, remember those monkeys that escaped? I still don't know where they are. So
right. Well, you know what? That's one of the things I like about this audience, you know. They're pretty layered and fun, and the fact that they would invite me out to have an enjoyable time, maybe traveling to a bookstore or something like that. Yeah, I'm all about it.
Although now he's suggesting a naked bike ride. So, you know, the idea, the idea of your sack getting caught in the chain might.
Don't forget, I'm like almost 55 years old, so my balls are hanging low. You don't want that.
No, we don't want that. But what we do want to do is we want to thank everyone who joined us for our special Super Bowl halftime show. This was the second year we did it. We ended up going pretty deep into the third quarter, but fortunately the game was out of hand for KC at that point. And you wouldn't know this, Eric, but our viewers actually went up after halftime. More people were coming in because they're like, why am I going to go back to this game?
Well, I was freaked out because I clicked on it and it said 280 at one point. Is that right?
We had over 300.
What the fuck?
Well, because you know it wasn't just you and I on that episode. And by the way, anybody who wants to find it can check it out on the WATP YouTube channel.
Right.
We have more than 4,000 views just on the archive video. So we don't know how to handle this kind of appreciation, success, and support from the audience, Eric. It's a little jarring for us, isn't it?
Yeah, and you said it. Obviously, Shuli's appearance meant a lot. Carl meant a lot.
Well, that's what I was going to say. We were able to use this.
With Christian, Eric, and Carl sometimes.
This was one of those Carl sometimes.
It was one of those sometimes. So I see exactly what you did there. And great job by you. You did most of the heavy lifting. I talked to Carl during the creep off yesterday, and he goes, "Hi, I've got a question about that." I go, "What about it?" He goes, "Why did it go so long? I mean, it was like an hour and 10 minutes." I go, "Well, look, I mean, Christian is a hard worker. He gives you over delivers."
Well, I will let you in on a little secret that I think if the game were close and entertaining, I wasn't going to use our steel toe segment. So, I think I got a little excited that the pre-show, the montage beforehand was a little longer than I intended.
Okay.
And, I kept coming back on to read super chats, and people made me late for my own Super Bowl party. They kept giving us money, and I was late for that. Is that how I sound? Most of the time, Carl, except a little bit more.
Okay.
Do it. Just a little bit more of that. Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
So anyway, we realized that probably most of the 4,000 views to our video are just people who hate John, but we appreciate you checking it out. And anybody who came over here today, we always appreciate that. We've got a really fun one for everyone today. And, you know, when we did that show, I was mentioning, Eric, people figured out how super chats worked, but this audience, maybe they need a reminder. Tell everybody how super chats work on Who Are These Broadcasters.
Well, when Christian signs off, you can actually have him sign off with some type of horrible comment that you can create, maybe about how much He loves showing his heart, from his heart to yours, Elon Musk style, or whatever you want to say. You can
Kanye style. Yeah, I mean, who knows?
Yes, you can be as creative as you want when it comes to how you want Christian to sign off, and you have to attach a dollar amount to it, and then he will read it. Let's start that, though, at $11 today, a minimum of $11. We went up $1. It was 10. Now it's $1 higher. So it has to be at least $11. So if someone snipes you out in the final minute and goes 12, that's too bad for you. You kind of just blew your money. You need to do it like go big or go home. So I would suggest starting at maybe like about 700 or 800.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's what we want.
Well, there's a line in money if you like the show and just want to help us out as we do the show. Also, if you have a joke that's actually funny in the port chat, we will include that here, or a comment that we want to talk about, like that one. Carl,
the line in the Cub podcast, very active in the chat this week. We appreciate that. Says Carl sounds gayer than that. I feel like now I think the Lion and Cub is a Stut Joe sock account. By the way, like we said, you want to put anything funny in the chat, we'll bring it up. Bob Tuskin, Building 7. Nothing funnier than that. Thank you so much. We appreciate
I don't even know what that means. Is that like a 9/11 reference?
Yes, it is. Controlled demolition of Building 7. Go ahead and Google it. We did our Super Bowl halftime show, but there's so much to look at. One more time, we get to dust this off and visit with the real MVP of the Super Bowl.
Who are these Super Bowls? We ask, who are these Super Bowls? Carl is the coach, Christian is the quarterback, Eric is the wide receiver. But Cardiff Electric will always be MVP.
That's right, bitches. MVP. Most voluptuous potato. Go Eagles.
Love having the potato help us out.
He's come so far from when he used to wear he used to wear like that hideous mask. I don't know if you ever remember that.
I do, and I remember. Yeah, he had the Jason from Friday the 13th mask, and his voice was like
this.
"Welcome to the stream, Jackie the Jokester. Chocolate or vanilla?"
People weren't sure what to do with him.
I miss the old Cardiff.
Now he's like come out of his shell.
We have our buddy Eric Nagel to thank for that. Anyway, so I want to try to chronologically visit some of the broadcasting gems around the Super Bowl. This is going to be back from the middle of last week. And the local Fox Philadelphia morning show was up to some truly wild stuff there. I'm just going to play this, and Easy, I know you haven't seen this. I don't know what to make of this.
And why don't we feed you some of these Kansas City Chiefs beignets?
Okay. So two of their regulars are dressed like eagles. They're in costumes like eagles. And anybody who hasn't been to New Orleans, beignets are delicious powdered sugar donut treats. Okay. So these two guys are sitting here, and the female co-host hands off the mic. She approaches them with some beignets.
At this cafe, you can get your beignet just not white. Yeah. You can get it red in honor of the Chiefs, and then also green for Eagles. We're going to eat the Chiefs.
As Eagles, we must consume the Chiefs.
Just like an eagle.
And we're very hungry. Yeah, let's actually straddle me if you can. Thank you.
So that's the first time I need to pause. And that's not the worst thing that happens in this video. So I remember this is Philly. You know, they don't put, I don't think that they are big on any of the letters of LGBTQIA. I don't think they like any of those letters that much in Philly. I think they
what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah. So it's so yeah, there's a couple of just do it's here, straddling each other in bird costumes. But don't worry, it's going to go further.
So
I have no idea what's about to happen. I was not involved.
It reminds me of last night.
He did, actually. I like that guy on the left. He's like in his late 50s, and you can tell he usually stumbles into the studio at 5:58 for a 6 a.m. broadcast, having not gone home.
Okay, can you hold it like this?
Well, you know how birds eat, right?
There, you like that. There you go.
So it's now placed between the two of them.
Go Birds, eat the cheats.
Okay, there they go. Eating both sides, Lady in the Tramp style. And
What's happening?
she's very horrified by the fact that they're going to meet in the middle.
Oh my gosh.
That tastes like Mahomes.
Oh wow. Okay, it's getting close.
Oh.
And it would be great if the clip ended here, Eric, but it doesn't.
Oh!
So he now baby birds into the other guy's mouth.
No.
The
Molly.
red beignet.
Oh my gosh. Wow. You just witnessed that on your television.
Oh, I'm ready. Go Birds. Birds got this.
This is only day 3 in New Orleans.
Yeah. So, you have any immediate thoughts?
Well, you know, is that a? So these are like a couple of straight-laced regular news guys who are supposed to be.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think the guy on our right is probably like the sports guy, so he's a little bit more laid back.
Okay.
And Calverton's makes a point. It's reminiscent of Sal and Richard from the Howard Stern show. JFK Head Chunk, I think, is thinking the same thing. They want to touch Peckers.
Okay. Because my first thought was, are these guys going to be like after the Super Bowl in a week reporting on the next black guy shot in a traffic stop in South Philly?
Oh, you know what? That's a great point. I'm going to look for these two doing serious journalism, and I'm going to save this, and we will put it there.
Okay. All right.
Calverton's also wants to know what's in his pouch. I don't want to know, Calverton's. I'm not interested. And, I think Annie's actually not talking to me, but I'm always happy to see Annie in there. Tell the wife I said, hey. And Chad's missing upper lip, says, Zane, bring back your daughter. I know your daughter said hi to you on the creep off.
Yeah, she walked in. She's great.
Yeah. Chris Tuttle, Easy was good on the creep off and brought good numbers. Who knew? You know, it's interesting because I tuned into the creep off yesterday like I usually do. I was like 10 minutes in and I'm like, why is this the first time ever that I'm actually really enjoying this show? And then it just dawned on me if Vinny wasn't there and my buddy Easy was there instead.
Oh, come on.
Well, I only say that because Vinny popped into the chat and said, oh, good, it's Zane. At least it's not Blatt. So,
all right. Well, you know, if he threw the first punch, then he's going to have to eat one.
Everybody remember to go to thecreepoff.com and vote for Carl this week and every week. And
okay, wow. All right. So you see, you throw the one at Chris, he's going to hit you with 10. So
that's right. Exactly.
On the street, man. Blatt, he don't fuck around.
And the Duke to the Delusional says from Cronkite to this. So we appreciate that. So I did mention that our little pre-show collection of videos was a little long, but Eric, I know you haven't seen this. So I do want to show off this very excitable Eagles fan about to leave the Philadelphia airport for New Orleans on Friday.
What's your name?
Ethan. Okay.
Ethan.
Hello.
Ethan.
We're back here. We're with Ethan here. It's actually his birthday. His family, you guys are going to New Orleans, right? You going to lead a chant for us? Yeah. All right, let's do it. All right. E-A-G-L-E-S,
So this is a real Philly kid because I think for most cities, they would do the thing that they were asked to do. Can you lead us in an Eagles chant? But Ethan here sees a microphone.
All right. All right, Ethan.
This is our house. We got protected.
Okay, Ethan.
It took the Avengers 2 times to beat Thanos. 2 times. And this is our second time going and facing Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Let's go, Birds!
All right, Ethan is
Oh, wow. He should have yelled, Miss Dr. Jones.
No time for love, Dr. Jones. Well, you know,
that scene when you told Cronauer to get out of the bar from Good Morning Vietnam.
he looks like he's 10 or 11, and I feel like he was probably swimming in puss affer this. But
yeah,
that's
well, I mean, there's his adopted family, no doubt. CambodiaAdoptions.com. Excellent.
Eric, why did you put this on the screen? I don't even get that one. Why did you put this chat up there?
Yeah, it must be a mistake. I mean, I didn't really click on it where it says "Let's go Birds."
I don't understand that at all.
I don't understand the reference.
Yeah.
I mean, if it were to say "Let's go Birds," I'd get it, but it says
"Let's
go Birds."
I think that was a mistake. Well, I couldn't find the actual clip. I could only see this on Instagram. Let's take a look at how perhaps better behaved children in Kansas City are.
There is some tension. We have a big beef this year, so it's exciting for everyone.
So this teacher in an elementary school in Kansas City, she's got the giant hat. Remember, like our buddy primetime Alex Stein had the giant MAGA hat.
Yep.
So she has the giant Chiefs hat.
Yep.
Which it seems like fun, but probably annoying. And there's one kid in the class that probably has had enough of this chick.
Exciting for everyone. And you'd never guess who's going to win.
Hopefully the Eagles.
But you're dressed up like Patrick.
Because I have to.
I love that answer.
Okay.
He's dressed up like the Chiefs. He's dressed up like Patrick. And he's like, I hope the Eagles, but you're dressed up like Patrick because I have to. So
Okay.
I think that there's people out there saying that maybe we shouldn't abolish the Department of Education. And then I see that, and then I have to think twice about it.
Well, this kid's brilliant. I love the I'm always a fan of the unhammered nail kid who can tell you to go fuck yourself with just his glance and his posture. That is outstanding.
Chad's missing upper lip. That kid is like Zane acting straight. All right, I'm gonna stop looking at the poor chat for a while because I believe we still have 0 super chats.
We have none. We have none. And that's okay though because
it's fine.
That was actually pretty funny. Oh my God.
The line in the cup puck about the same lady. I bet she has a giant. Also, thank you for that. We appreciate that. Lion and Cub is in love with that teacher. All right, look, I think that there probably isn't a big contingent of our audience that was rooting for the Chiefs to win on Sunday. But just in case anybody needs proof that they had to lose, let's take a look at Patrick Mahomes just hours before the game.
Get a shot of that right now. Of course, we're going to interrupt any conversation.
So here he is walking down the street.
The only player to win 3 Super Bowl MVP awards before turning 30 years old.
Money green on.
Jules, I had to talk to you about his weapons. DeAndre Hopkins, he says he doesn't care about.
Yeah, they made a big deal about that. Can you play it just a little bit more? There's something on the side of the bus that caught my eye.
Sure, absolutely.
Awards before turning 30 years
All right,
old.
there he is. And as he approaches, does it say hot tard on the side of the bus? It says hot tard.
I hope it says hot tard. Here, let's see what it says there.
Yeah, it says hot tard.
Which is the only kind of tard that my buddy EZ cares about.
That is the best type of tard. If you have a hot tard, my God, you can do anything with those people.
By the way, Joe Black with $2. Thanks for the $2. Pity super chat. We will take all the pity super chats. If every single, wouldn't it be funny if all 95 of you watching right now? This would be really funny. If you all gave us a $2 pity super chat, and then before you know it, the next thing we'll be able to knock out the goal. It would just be so funny if we did that.
So they made a big deal about that suit. They're like, oh, that's a green suit. That is Chad's missing upper lip, right? Back of the bus with you, Mahomes.
Yeah. So what were you saying about the green suit? Sorry.
No. Yeah, they made a comment about that's the ultimate troll. I don't know if it is because he didn't strike me as the type. I think he just liked the suit,
Yeah. I think that's it. And by the way, if you wanted to see what Mr. Taylor Swift was dressed like, I forget what movie this was, but I know Ryan Reynolds was playing a pimp in the 70s wearing this outfit here. It's a great look for Travis Kelce here.
Yeah, I can't say anything about fashion. I'm wearing. So one of you made a comment that it looks like I'm dressed now like I look like I lost my luggage. So I can't really say anything about fashion. But is that what people like? This type?
No, I don't think so. Especially not in Kansas City. I don't know how much time you spent in Kansas City, but you will see one person dressed like this, and it's Travis Kelce.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of he hasn't done anything really other than just be a boyfriend. Well, why do I hate that guy now? I don't get it. Is it because he's just been a boyfriend?
I think that has a lot to do with it, but it's also the fashion sense. And Chad's missing upper lip Kelsey dressed as the bottom in a 70s porn. Thank you. That was much funnier than when I was stumbling trying to find a joke. So I appreciate that. And also the Duke the Delusional wants to know blue suit's no longer available. Dr. Scotty Jones, he lost a bet. All right. So it was a big week for our president. He was everywhere, and we'll showcase him at the big game. But a little bit earlier in the week, you remember there's one thing you can always count on with President Trump. He's never one to let the truth get in the way of a good narrative.
Good was he said, you don't want to know how good. He made me into a great coach.
So
how good was he? He said, you don't want to know how good. He made me into a great coach.
So he's talking about Senator Tommy Tuberville.
Yep.
And how he coached Patrick Mahomes.
He's pretty good quarterback, right? Yeah, he was very good.
A few moments later.
Last question. So does this mean, since you used to coach Patrick Mahomes, that you're rooting for the Chiefs at the big game this Sunday?
Well, I never even coached him. What happened is I recruited him, and then I left and went to another school. But I've got to be very good friends with him.
Meanwhile,
he did not recruit me at the time, so I don't remember if I ever got to meet him or not.
So I do believe that video is from the Midas Touch, and I don't usually like to share content from them, but that did make me laugh because they did the homework that I didn't have to. So let's look at this in a couple of ways. Tommy Tuberville, good soldier. I think he knows that he didn't, but he's like, all right, I don't want to contradict the president. And Mahomes clearly knows he's never met him, but he's like, yeah, I don't think I met him. So everybody's playing nice in that clip, but Mahomes is like, no. He didn't coach me, and he didn't.
Wow.
Didn't definitely.
And Megan, she was like all in.
I know. She's like, so what was it like?
Yeah, tell me what it was.
So do you think that perhaps I should have done some fact checking? All right.
Oh, God.
Well, President Trump had a big sit down with Bret Baier. Next week, we might have a couple of other highlights. But for now, all we care about from this is sports fan Donald John Trump. His expert analysis of the X's and O's make for an informed decision of who he thinks is going to win the Super Bowl.
Say that I've watched this great quarterback who has, by the way, a phenomenal wife, okay? She's a Trump fan. She's a MAGA fan, so I happen to love her, okay? But she's a great person. I watched her being interviewed. I said, well, it's pretty good. But she's great, and he's great.
By the way, he said the quarterback. He said his wife. He has no idea what Patrick Mahomes' name is at this moment in time.
Right.
It's nowhere in his head. It's all right. He's got a lot going on. There's a lot of people to round up and have ICE get out of the country. He's renaming things. He's adding land. You don't have time to know who Patrick Mahomes is. All right?
No. It's important that he gets this wrong, you know?
Yeah.
That's the president's job, to look like a buffoon when they talk sports, because it shows, hey, I don't follow this. I'm exactly what you said.
By the way, Chad's missing upper lip. Bret Baier. Wait. You don't even know what you said. Yes, this is our Bear quotient for the week. All right. Let's let the president give his pick based on the fact that he likes Mahomes' wife.
I guess you have to say that when a quarterback wins as much as he's won, I have to go with Kansas City. At the same time, Philadelphia has a fantastic. It's going to be just a great game.
I love it when presidents, in particular Trump, he's very good at it, have this type of tone where they don't know what the fuck is going on, in particular him. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on, but he sounds insightful in explaining and revealing that he has no clue what's happening.
Chad's missing upper lip. His wife, great set of tits. Perhaps the best tits you'll ever see.
Marvelous
Brittany
tits.
Mahomes. And I love this one from Chad as well. Biden picked the Yankees to win the Super Bowl, so thank you. All right, so this is a big moment that got a lot of attention. The first ever sitting president to attend a Super Bowl, and they show him on the big screen. Let's see how that went. There he is.
Oh, they love him.
Yeah, you think Kamala got a lot of votes in Louisiana? I don't.
No. I mean, he is literally everything he's touching is turning to gold. It's either he's touching it and it's turning to gold, or it's falling out of the sky and crashing.
Yes, however you want to look at it. And I can't believe that Ivanka was there. Good for her that she went. So there's variations of this video going around. There were posts that claimed that Fox sweetened the audio and made it seem like he was cheered, and that international telecasts showed him getting booed, but then didn't show any of these telecasts and said like, no, you're just going to think I'm faking it. And there's one video where the guy holding the camera is going, boo! And I'm like, all right, so that's it. But this is the fakest of all the fake clips you can see. And I'm sharing it full aware of its fakery. It's pretty loud.
Jesus Christ, come on.
And by the way, Carl's right. No one at that game lives in Louisiana. That's a great point.
Is he saying Louisiana or L.A.?
I'm pretty sure he means Louisiana because it was in Louisiana.
Well, yeah, most of the people in Louisiana are dirt poor, so there's no way they're going to go to that.
And by the way, again, Chad's missing upper lip. I think we're saying your name too many times for the compared to the number of super chats that we're not getting. But that's all right because we love him. He says the Chad Zumach defense.
Thank you. Please clap. I force applause.
Thank you so much. There, Chad's missing upper lip. So yeah, I mean that clip is so loud, and it's one boo stretched out for like 15 seconds.
Right.
So the number of people that are showing like, see, look, here's proof. It's like no one watches that clip and thinks like, oh, he really got booed.
People should be smarter these days in what they observe on a regular basis, considering that it's most things are debunked or whatever. You should have a better sensibility of what you're viewing these days because it's so obvious that some things are fakes.
Well, unfortunately for Taylor Swift, they also put her on the big screen, and this is the real audio from inside the Superdome. I do like the fact that she's like she's aware of it. She's like, oh, what's going on? I'm going to pretend that I don't know. So, and by the way, the New York Post with an amazing front page, nothing to do with the game, just end of an era's. Taylor can't shake it off as Eagles destroy Chiefs.
Wow,
what are you going to say?
That's actually awesome. That's a great. I love whoever comes up with those. Is seriously, it is well worth the money to pay that person.
Absolutely. And I will give them the $1 that the Lion and Cub podcast just sent us. Thank you.
I appreciate that. She was seated, by the way, next to Ice Spice.
Really?
Now, I don't know if you know who Ice Spice is, but she had a hit song. Like her song has been on YouTube viewed like 100 million times. It's called Think You the Shit, parentheses, fart. And that's how she goes, think you the shit? You ain't even the fart. And that's the fucking chorus of that fucking song. How awesome is that?
I mean, that is pretty amazing. It sounds like I might prefer that to a Taylor Swift song. So Lion and Cub says $1. That was just a test. He tried sending $100, but something went wrong.
Oh, next time.
Next time. All right. So also there at the Super Bowl, we're back to the pregame. Was actor John Hamm, Don Draper from Mad Men. And I guess he was living that Don Draper lifestyle in the Big Easy all last weekend because just listen to him trying to hype up his team.
For your AFC champion and two-time defending Super Bowl champion, Kansas City Chiefs.
So, I think that Ethan that was heading for the airport doesn't have his voice crack as many times as John Hamm's did there. And he might have knocked a few back beforehand. Does it sound like it's maybe been a rough weekend?
Yeah, that's a lot. He gets out on the street. He's screaming at hookers. He's cheering on the cops when they beat up black guys. Holy crap. I can see that.
Yeah. Lion and Cub podcast, stroke coming in 3, 2, 1. But more importantly, Coach Eddie Valentino, they weren't booing Swift. They were booing Ice Spice.
Okay.
Misunderstanding. And I love the LOL JK. We always appreciated an LOL JK. So we're not going to really show much from Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance, mostly because someone actually informed me that that's considered music, which it was news to me. But the big takeaway from halftime is this moment right here.
It's your uncle, Sam. And this is the great American game.
So Sam Jackson as Uncle Sam, I share it because for some reason this seemed to upset people. I just thought it was kind of funny.
It upset people?
Yeah, because I think Uncle Sam, again, a made-up person, is supposed to be white. So at least that's my timeline. We probably have very different timelines.
Oh, okay.
I was just disappointing that he didn't give us something like, get these motherfucking redcoats the fuck out of my motherfucking country.
Right.
Something like
that. Oh God, he's fantastic. Yeah, but he was all over the place in that thing. He was I will say this about the show. I think everybody was in the right spot. It appeared like there wasn't anything really awkward. The cameo with Serena, maybe you're going to play that. I have no idea.
No. I'm not going to play that because it's part of the musical performance. Yeah.
As disgusting as that performance was, it was such a pile of shit. And I hope that they just bring out the local marching band next year.
Oh, that'd be great.
Because it's there's nowhere to go anymore. There's nowhere to go. Everybody was in all their spots and it went off without a hitch. But yeah, just I can't.
Yeah, I was busy running our show and counting the super chats. So I only I had it on a screen on mute, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I really missed much. So some of the commercials I thought were pretty decent. Some were less than decent, but we have to take a moment to talk about the absolutely wildest commercial from the Super Bowl.
Guys, I spent like all the money for the commercial on these new teeth. So
great.
Once again, I had to shoot it on the iPhone. Go to Yeezy.com.
Okay. So we've talked about Kanye before. I never got it. Even he's actually way more interesting now than he ever was before. Especially because if you go to Yeezy.com, he cleaned out his entire shop. There is one item for sale at Yeezy.com, and it is this T-shirt. And just in case everybody's watching and is wondering, I'm a large and my son wears a child's medium. Okay. And
yes,
I'm recycling a joke that I texted Carl earlier this morning because he gave me a happy face for it. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to use that on the show. But that's literally the only, and he spent like, I don't know, I think it's $3.5 million for that spot where we see Yeezys. I believe Milo was insisting we call him Ye, but here he is. Go to Yeezy.com where he's got the where he's got all the fake teeth and everything.
Yeah, he can't even talk. God damn it. Those teeth look horrible.
Yeah, right. Fuck. Exactly. So I was much more entertained by when he had his wife walking around the red carpet at the Grammys nude. But
yeah, and this is all after that. You know how he probably paid a little too much attention to people looking at his wife, and then it spun him out, and now he's in this manic phase, and it's awesome. And no one really gives a shit anymore. No one really cares that this is happening. I think he's kind of like dug his own hole, and I don't know where you go when you actually are doing this. I mean, what's next for the guy?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's whatever he can do that avoids creating music. I think is probably better for the world. But what do I know?
I don't know. I think people will still love his music, though.
People who look like you and I.
Well, whoever his fans are, they're gonna be like, it's no big deal, whatever. I think he's still gonna do okay when he does decide to put out music.
Chad's missing upper lip. Closeted homosexual Eric Zane commenting on someone else's mental health. There's two ways to get up on the screen. Say that you like the show or call Eric Zane and just do it.
Yeah, what do you mean closeted? Okay, yes, there are cocks in my ass most times. All right, what's the big deal?
What is the big deal? And this is a tremendous super chat, $9.99, our Big Daddy winner at the moment from Dame Taft. Thank you, Dame Taft. WATP is Happy Days. WATS is Laverne and Shirley. WATB is, you guessed it, Joni loves Chachi.
Okay.
CB loves EZ. Smooch. All of that is true. Every single part of that seems accurate. Yeah, I think we're the third string spinoff here. And Lion and Cub is noticing that Dame Tat is rich, and Coach Johnny Mars with 3 FKBs. We appreciate all of that. Let's focus it back on the game. There's a lot of criticism that Fox did not admit that the game was over at halftime. Obviously, they wanted to keep people watching, but as we discussed earlier, it didn't work. Huge portions of the Super Bowl audience came over to the WATP YouTube channel for our Super Bowl halftime show, which was only about 10 minutes longer than our show last year. So we did too long of a show last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
we
right.
usually, yeah, it's, it's
everybody's a critic, I mean, our show has taken off and it's become the crown jewel of the entire Dabbleverse. Whether people want to admit that or not is up to them.
No, people are afraid to admit the
right.
truth. Yeah,
so, we're just giving the people what they want.
So there was one guy on Fox's payroll who could not give a fuck about this game. So Kevin Burkhardt asks their rules consultant, I forget what his title is, Mike Pereira, I believe is his name, about a face mask.
Holmes, whoa, and he got hit in the face.
Yeah.
And they missed it.
Well, I think they called it. I think the ball may have been out of the possession. Is that what you see, Mike?
No, he hit the crossbar.
Yeah.
Brian did.
So it takes him a full 10 seconds to answer. No, he hit the crossbar.
Right. Because the guy dunked it over the crossbar or whatever, and they unrelated to anything Mahomes. So
yeah, completely.
He's like, no, you're getting it all wrong, Brady. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. What do you know? So you know how much we love hot mics here on the show. Not Mike Pereira, although he is a hot man. The Lombardi Trophy did not go. The presentation of the Lombardi Trophy did not go smoothly.
For the presentation of the Vince Lombardi Trophy.
I said after the trophy limit. Oh my God, I said.
Okay.
Belongs to the Philadelphia Eagles.
So they had the mic on at the wrong time where somebody's talking about after the trophy lift. And, I don't think anybody's going to really complain that the mic was out for Commissioner Roger Goodell speaking.
He's like yelling at somebody. What is all bad about? Jesus.
And Purple Possum, I think, has the right approach. I stopped watching the Super Bowl halftime show after we got to call Drake a PDF file, best part of the game. We appreciate that.
Yeah,
so,
he was, I guess, that song, Not Like Us, referenced A minor or some shit.
Right, the song that you didn't know about until last week when I told you about it. Yes.
Right,
Yep.
A minor, and which I didn't hear until after. I go, oh, everybody was like, oh my God, the whole crowd yelled A minor. And I went, oh, is that what that was? I thought he liked a chord.
Yeah,
Well, what Yoda World said on my show.
Yeah, that's the clever wordplay there. So there obviously was a lot of disappointment throughout Chiefs Kingdom. And I knew it wasn't going to take me long to find somebody like this crazy lady.
The reason why we didn't win because the fucking Trump was at the goddamn game. God damn it! Trump should not have been at our fucking game. Fucking.
So it's Trump's fault.
Bitch.
Trump went.
Idiot. Jesus Christ.
I hope that she's a widow because I would hate to think that somebody has to spend his days in there with her. So that's sort of where they're at. Some of the Chiefs fans, and as JFK Head Chunk said, level-headed. There were celebrities at the Super Bowl, EZ, with some differing opinions. So, that's very funny. Chad's missing upper lip.
Yeah, right. Jenny Jingles not taking the loss. Well, it doesn't look anything like Jenny Jingles.
No.
She's looks a million times younger and is pretty. Not this fucking ugly bitch.
Jenny Jingles is a national treasure.
Yeah, you shut your fucking mouth.
So we just have a quick montage of some celebrities there at the game.
Big Eagles fan. He's liking what he's seeing so far. Paul Rudd, longtime Chiefs fan, not thrilled.
So he covers his face not once but twice in this little clip that they have of Paul Rudd. And, look, I think that this might open some eyes about Anne Hathaway, who I didn't even Google it, but I saw this and I'm like, oh, that tracks that she's South Jersey trash.
Chiefs fan, not thrilled, as you would imagine. Anne Hathaway's got the green on.
Okay.
So he's doing
looks cute. Really, really cute, by the way.
Yeah, no. I mean, not. Well, look, if you had to, Anne Hathaway or this chick.
Okay, right. Yeah. I mean, come on. It's not even a fair comparison.
No, that wasn't fair. I'm sorry to Anne Hathaway for even pretending that she's the same species as that woman.
Chad, would you quit being fucking funny? You fucking dick.
Start giving us money if you want to be funny.
Asshole.
Money before funny. Don't you listen to what Rocco says?
Yeah. He wrote, I'd live in Anne Hathaway's toilet. Fucking dick. Quit being funny.
So yesterday, I thought I was going to have an amazing scoop for our show. I saw going live on YouTube, great comedian Joe Matarese had gone live. And everybody should go check out his 93.7% Italian tour, which rolls into the Mayes Theater in Mayes, Pennsylvania this Friday. That's right. Spend Valentine's Day with Dr. Love himself, Joe Matarese. Or Saturday, he's in Cherry Hill, New Jersey at the Cats JCC. Eric, do you know what a JCC is?
Community college?
The Jewish Community Center.
Oh,
he's bringing the 93.7 Italian tour into the Jewish Community Center, which I think our friend Lucy Tightbox just had her ears perk up when she heard that. Okay. So I saw that Joe Matarese was live. It's one of these videos where he's driving around, and I saw it and I was like, oh, I'm going to rewind to the beginning. And I was like a few seconds in, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start recording it because this guy takes down all of his content. So here's what happens when I rewind and I want to start recording Joe Matarese from the beginning.
How are you? Driving back from the Philly area where I watched the Super Bowl last night.
So lest you think that he somehow had enough money to go to New Orleans, he just went in the Philly area so he could watch it with some of his loser friends. And then that next second, video became unavailable. You coward! Joe, why won't you let us love you? Wow. You're going to have to take my word for it because he started talking about how, oh yeah, I'm heading back to New York where everyone's going to hate me because they all know me as the Philly guy. Or do they hate him because he's terrible at comedy? I don't know.
You know, my only exposure to him was when I reviewed his podcast on Who Are These Podcasts?
Sure, of course.
I'd never heard of him, and it was horrible. So that was the first time I had any exposure to this guy. Does he do okay? I mean, do people go to his shows?
A lot of comedians will tell you that he used to be really funny. And some comedians will tell you he's a very nice guy. Others will not. But so, yeah, he is kind of living on past glory.
Okay.
John Ziermite's pointing out he stinks.
Is he aware that he is being goofed on in the dabble version?
Oh, very much so. That's why he took his video down as soon as it ended, and I wasn't able to get it. Yeah, I kicked Carl off his Patreon at least once, and I think he.
When are these people going to learn? You got to roll. I was murdered on Who Are These Podcasts, and now everybody wants to be me.
That's true. Yeah. And Dick Masterson also got roasted on WATP.
Yeah.
And
all you have to do is roll with it. Just take it up the butt a few times, and then you'll be given the key to the city.
So Chad's missing upper lip, whose name I've said more times than mine or yours on this show, more times than Patrick Mahomes. He does have the point that Joe Matarese holds people hostage at restaurants, people completely oblivious that there'd be a comedian there. That's true. I have actually video like that. All right. So the morning after the Super Bowl, over on Fox Sports 1, their morning show had fun with the regular contributor, Nick Wright. Now, we featured him on the show before. He was adamant about a Chiefs win. He assured it on the air, and they co-hosts say that, they don't have a lot of budget, but they'd already made some arrangements for his predictions.
What a day. We've planned this whole thing for Chiefs, and we're still going to do it.
Don't you pop that.
It's not at your face.
Don't you pop that.
Well, we have to do it. We can't return any of this stuff.
You spent too much money.
Nose is bigger than mine.
Hung the banners.
They were Super Bowl.
We didn't have to hang them.
It just is what it is at this point. I'm sorry.
So they continue, though. So they have some fun at his expense. And then they're like, all right, well, we should get back to business.
Try to get the show back on track. And again, I'm sorry, but we did spend all the money on the goods and services for the Chiefs. But we really, honestly, enough silliness. We won't do this. But just give real analysis on when doubt crept in that the three-peat wasn't going to happen.
10-0, I felt fine. They've been down 10.
I got to go back to the look on his face when he hears the marching band start.
Felt fine. They've been down 10.
That's fantastic.
So let's see what they blew their budget on.
Oh man, that's funny. I don't give a shit. I like that.
I love this. This is great. All right. So then some of the other co-hosts decide to join in on the fun.
You
the Chiefs F game played enough game.
You gotta be kidding.
The Chiefs they played their worst game. F game. Now
These guys are gonna
game.
So what they're saying is F game. One of the guys is holding a big letter F, so he's giving a letter grade to Patrick Mahomes for having an F game.
So sad. F game. Mahomes. F game. F game. F game. Tom Brady still a GOAT. Whoa, 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 woo. The Chiefs F game played so bad. F game destiny. F game denied. F game no 3P. F game no parade.
That guy white or black?
I don't see color. I can't tell you.
F game. Tom Brady still a GOAT. Tom Brady still a GOAT. Tom Brady still a GOAT. TB12 still a GOAT.
Anyway,
that's really fun. I gotta. There's nothing bad about that. There's nothing.
No. I love the fact that they
bad
laid it on so thick, and he kind of just sits there.
Where have I seen that guy before?
We've had clips of him on our show before, so that's probably where you saw him.
Fuck.
Yeah,
I don't remember anything. How embarrassing is that?
He had a long one about how Girl Scouts selling cookies is a scam, which was one of my favorites.
And he's just on TV. That's it on that show.
That's how I know him.
Okay.
I honestly don't know, what else he does. All right, so let's bring it back over to Philadelphia, and this is Sunday night. We'll go right on the ground, head over to Broad Street with some of the local news reporting going on.
I want to introduce you to Gina. Gina,
Oh no! Yeah,
she's,
that's
by the way,
Philly
she's
10.
I was going to say she's a Philly 10.
Oh, look at her, man. That's a face you make when there's shit leaving your ass going into your pants.
Yeah.
That's her normal shit face.
So after
What a pig.
Sorry, I didn't realize you weren't done. So after a Philly sports team has a championship, obviously you want to go head out there. But, if you're doing an interview, you're kind of interviewing not just one person. You're interviewing, thousands of people. By the way, the guy with the hat backwards behind her, I would be much more happier to wake up next to him in the morning.
He's a much prettier woman, more passable woman than this ugly whore.
And we kick him up. We ain't gonna hunt no more. We're done.
one. Barkley, thank you. Giants, thank you for giving it to us. Barkley, happy birthday, Eagles. I love you.
All right. So, yeah, again, a Philly 10. And you're going to have to listen really carefully to these next two clips because there's expletives that did go out live, but it's kind of hard to pick up, especially in this one. So you can see it really. You can read her lips. So this mom is like fucking.
Okay, yeah, okay. I didn't realize it was coming out of her.
Yeah. I thought it was out of the 9-year-old girl
fucking
next to her.
Ninja behind her is blowing a goddamn whistle.
Yeah. So, I think about what a great clip that would be if not for the whistle. But, I do like when we get some nice profanity over the broadcast.
Yeah, I love
airway.
that. Standing there with her nice daughter,
Yeah, and by
She's
the
ready
way,
to go back to her row house.
Dame Taft wants to live in her toilet. So we got another one that you got to listen for.
Wait a minute, I didn't intend to put this one up.
I don't know what that one is.
I don't
I
know.
don't know what that one is.
That's not.
But
it's doing it on its own.
Chad does beg the question: why would you bring your kid out in the middle of this?
MILF out there trying to be roped. It says.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, roped. Yeah. All right. So
roping a cow.
Let's check out one more.
Who am I talking to? Who has the Birdman? How are you? How you feeling? Amazing!
So the microphone is away from her, but you can still hear it. Now, listen, easy. I've got like 10 more clips of people in the crowds, but it's all just raw footage. I think maybe we'll revisit them at another time because there's some great stuff of people just really getting into some trouble. Yeah, go ahead.
It's people in glass houses. That would be me. Like, attacking these Philly animals is one thing.
Yeah.
But where I live, if the Lions had managed to get that far and win the goddamn game, you wouldn't even hear, you would just hear grunts and see blood and people would be dead and they'd be all smiling while they did it. I see in this clip, the locals are destroying a stop sign or a traffic light.
They knocked it down and now they're stomping it.
Boy, those things aren't very durable. I didn't realize that they're that flimsy. They really did a number on that stoplight.
Mark Atkinson wants to know if we got an estimate of property damage yet. Definitely one lamppost, but I'm not sure about that. And Stoneman 623, we're from Philly. Fuck is simply an adjective here. We're not that soft. The F word offends us. No, but it's still you could still get fined by the FCC.
Yeah, and just a horrible bunch of people is what they are in Philly. I can't say much about Detroiters. They're also scum of the earth. So
Eric, why would you put that? Why would you?
I don't get that. I didn't do that. That's not. It keeps doing it on its own. Something's wrong with the AI here. I don't even get the reference where it says, "Look, we escaped gorillas."
Yeah, we'll have to talk to Carl about
what's
this.
that? Why is it keeps doing it? Look it. Stop. What the fuck?
Yeah, I absolutely would like that to stop. Anyway,
that's weird.
There's people on horseback. There's some people lifting a dude in a wheelchair. And it's probably like the one day in Philadelphia where they picked up somebody in a wheelchair and then, didn't toss him to the ground.
Oh, I was about to say, I thought they killed him. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So
he's crippled like crippled Jesus.
Or Johnny Crutches from Steel Toe Morning Show.
Yeah, this guy's got that umbilical cord was cinched so tightly around that kid's neck at birth.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what happened.
All right. Well, we've spent so much time on the Super Bowl, but there's some really important stuff that we need to get into. So let's head over to celebrities.
WATV, who are these celebrity news? Who are these celebrity news?
Now, as we mentioned, you were on the creep off yesterday, and I can actually do a follow-up on one of the stories you did. Our buddy Carl showed you on Carl's Cop Cam. It was Marcus Jordan, Michael Jordan's son, getting arrested. And there were some questions that were lingering. Now, I'm not going to show all the cop footage. This is a piece from Entertainment Tonight. So we should have all of our answers by this point.
I need you guys out of the car because there is a train coming right now. Get out of the car, both of you.
They added that.
Yeah, I know.
They so added
I
that.
did love that. There's the train sound.
This was the chaotic scene early yesterday at 1:48 a.m., just outside Orlando, Florida. Authorities found Marcus and his girlfriend in a blue Lamborghini SUV stuck after allegedly fleeing a traffic stop for suspected reckless driving. An approaching train was minutes away. Marcus then used his famous father as a defense.
I'm Michael Jordan's son.
Wait a minute. Can you? It says he was earlier. He had fled.
Yeah, there was a DUI traffic stop, and he fled that. So this was something that's not in because the cop who got him off the train tracks didn't realize that at the time.
Okay.
So yeah, he and he's in a Lamborghini. He was able to get away from the cops, but unfortunately, he was not just drunk. He was let's just say he was Rob Sald. And he was not prepared for making that quick of a getaway.
I'm not doing anything wrong.
And by the way, wild take from you that Michael Jordan is not a famous name to drop in 2025. It's not going to get you out of a DUI, but who else are you going to drop in?
Yeah,
the NBA?
I stand
Bronny
by
James.
that.
I'm friends with Bronny James.
Bullshit. I stand by that. I don't want to go too far down the goddamn rabbit hole.
No,
but
we
these
don't.
cops are younger dudes. They don't give a fuck about Michael Jordan. So
no, they might know him more from banging Scottie Pippen's ex-wife. That's probably how they know this guy. Okay.
Michael Jordan is no longer a household name in my opinion.
Trying to get home. Like it's not alcohol coming from you. I am not inebriated.
Cops say the 34-year-old later admitted to drinking at a local strip club and failed 3 sobriety tests. Watch as the officer asked Marcus to rate how drunk he might be from 1 to 10.
Where would I put myself at? 3.
And you and Carl pointed this out. You always say 1. You never say 3. There's no number that you say other than
-5. You can just make it up. I don't care if you're blackout drunk. It's always low. You're lower than that. 0 or -5.
Exactly.
3? Yes.
He's then cuffed and searched. Officers found what they determined was cocaine. Marcus appears to struggle being put in the back of their car.
So the cocaine wasn't in the video that you guys had yesterday. So we have a report on that, and there's one more aspect.
Yo, sit down. Sit down. Yo, chill the out, bro.
4 minutes later, the speeding freight train narrowly misses hitting the Lambo.
What's going on with you and Marcus Jordan? Is it on? Is it off? What's happening?
So this is they're looking back on some time that he spent with Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, which is probably the most interesting thing about him.
Is Scottie's ex-wife very young? She must be because
she's definitely younger than Scottie Pippen. That's
okay,
for sure.
Scotty's an old man. I mean,
of course he is. He's almost a Zaniac.
For suspected DUI, cocaine possession, and resisting an officer. He reportedly was belligerent, asking corrections officers to, quote, play some Mariah Carey while he was being locked up. The request came after this cop car sing-along.
Turn this up. I like this song.
I don't want to play too much Eye of the Tiger because it's a copywritten song. But because you guys were wondering, and he was singing. So none of that was in that cop cam. But leave it to our friends at Entertainment Tonight who brought us all the particulars. So I hope that answered any questions you and Carl had.
All of the stupidity of this is more punishment than what he's actually going to get. All this stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Who cares? I mean, probably the biggest takeaway is that his dad, no one knows who his dad is.
No one in the whole
people are saying about this.
I took that personally, that no one knew who his dad was. So last night, I was up until 3 a.m. because I had pulled so many clips for this show. And then I see one of those things that it's kind of a holy grail for this show. A friend of ours who we met last week. I want to remind everybody about Dank DeMoss, who we showed last week. We'll just show a little bit. Thanks again to our friend, the Reverend Shitstain or Robo Shitstain, whatever he's going by now, for making sure that we knew her.
Tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month.
So the least surprising thing about her is that she's in Detroit and she's a Lions fan.
Right.
So,
I'm guessing she's there for the snacks, not for the game.
No. Yeah. I don't think she fucks with football, if I had to guess.
She's north of 6 bills, by the way.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be a topic that gets disgust in what I have to share with you, because
really?
I was so excited to find out that Dank DeMoss just yesterday was a guest on The Breakfast Club, the show hosted by Charlemagne the God, DJ Envy, and the appropriately named Jess Hilarious. Now, The Breakfast Club was covered on WATP episode 559, so this is a perfect time to check back in over here as Dank DeMoss walks into the Breakfast Club studio.
How are you?
Good morning.
You good?
Good morning.
What's going on? Nice to meet you.
Hi, how are you?
Stormy,
how you doing?
Wow.
Hey, King. How you, brother? You good? Nice to meet you, Keys.
Got it. Yep.
Just a lot of skin showing.
Okay, so she sits at the chair that they have prepared for her, right there at the microphone.
Look at that edge of the counter. It's pushing in on that belly, and it's flopping over.
There's not a strong enough cleanser, Lysol, Comet, none of it will get that clean. You're just gonna have to remove that desk.
Right. Get a fucking saw and cut it out. Get rid of that.
So
that's gonna smell so bad.
Or maybe some of you in the chat would like to know what that smells like. So Dank DeMoss sits down here in the studio at the Breakfast Club, and she has a request.
This the only seat y'all got?
What you want? What you need?
There's one more.
A bigger chair or something?
Is she already little?
So they move the chair and they bring a couch over for her.
Okay, now wait a minute. Hot on the heels of "Can I fit in this car?"
Correct.
You can't start with the chairs. Is this on the air? This was on the air.
Well, this is their video that they posted, and you'll see that there's a reason that they posted it, probably because it gets referenced. There were people commenting on the YouTube video that they were laughing. It's like, oh, I can't believe you did her like that.
Yeah,
showing off how she asked for another chair,
because she couldn't possibly have said, "All right, I want you to post when I asked for a bigger chair."
Right, exactly.
We had
That's what I'm talking about. Good. This is the accommodation.
There you go.
That's accommodations is what she's excited to have here.
Wow. So now they're like, yes, they're gonna kiss her ass, right? Is that how this goes?
Well, it's a mix. It's definitely a mix for.
They don't kiss her ass totally.
A lot of it, but there's a lot of ass to kiss, Eric. There's no way that they could.
I'm
all of them would not be able to kiss all of that ass. It's completely out of the realm of possibilities. All right, so then the interview starts.
We have Big Dank DeMoss. Welcome.
So right away, DJ Envy refers to her as Big Dank. Do you think that she wants that? And
yeah, she doesn't strike me as someone who rolls with it.
No, although
she might roll, but not with it. Wow,
That's
it
right.
seems like everything we say is we're just stepping into shitty jokes.
Yeah, well, but fat jokes are still, I think they're the ones that we can still tell, that we could even still tell when Biden.
No, we can tell it all now because
that's
Trump's
right.
back.
That's a great point.
We can call her the N-word here. The only thing that's keeping us from doing it is our wives. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, I mean, speak for yourself. You don't know. You don't know how my wife talks at night. No, I'm kidding. I don't want her to see this. All right, so they ask her a question.
Thank you.
How are you, Big Dank? How you feeling today?
I'm good.
Happy to have you.
Thank you.
When we first heard about your story, there was a lot of jokes made. Everybody made jokes, including us. But when I heard you was a rapper, I was like, why not have her up here and have a conversation? See if this could, I don't know, help something. Right? Make the most of the moment.
She heard it. She heard the jokes.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Oh God.
Where you from?
Detroit, of course, as we established.
Fucked up. That was so awkward. First of all, he fucks up again.
He does.
Charlemagne, and he goes, "Hey, Big Dank," and then I don't think she's appreciating that.
No, I don't think so. I legitimately, because I have seen this entire interview, I do think she's very nervous when it starts.
Okay.
Because look, people who look like me and Eric Zane and Carl and Blind Mike and producer Chris, well, I could keep going, but we don't listen to this show. But this is a huge show. This is a really big opportunity for her.
Probably the biggest stage in terrestrial radio, I believe.
Especially for Dank DeMoss.
Well, yeah.
So DJ Envy figures, okay, well, let's dive right in and have this conversation become interesting.
Highly known in Detroit and a lot of different places, but you got publicized recently because of an incident that you had with Lyft, and a Lyft driver. You ordered a Lyft, and you could tell.
Well, I ain't want to go there. I just wanted to ask you who you always say to explain for the people who don't know who Big Dank is.
No, but people.
So
the fuck, it sounds like the barbershop scene in the with the fucking clumps.
So yeah, he's like, no, not the thing everybody's tuning into this for that they want to hear. Let's ask her how she likes Detroit. What's your favorite hot dog shop?
Yeah, who gives a fuck? Come on, let DJ what's his fuck.
Yeah. So Charlemagne basically interview blocks DJ and
yeah,
we'll have to connect the dots.
How long you been doing music, Dank? How long you been doing music?
I've been doing music for a long time. I took it seriously in 2016. So yeah.
So it's a good thing that Charlemagne stopped the conversation about the Lyft driver to ask her how long you been doing music.
Yeah, now it's all fucked up. I don't know if they can go back to that now.
Well,
Charlemagne, fucking dime store Kobe. Jesus.
Dime store present day Kobe. All right. So we had the couch incident that we saw at the beginning, and Charlemagne does bring it up.
And you said the chair was too small, so we had to bring the part of the sectional for you to sit in. And you said something. You said, now this is what I'm talking about, accommodations, right?
Yes.
But we live in a world that's not always going to be able to accommodate people that are
we
plus
should,
size.
though. We should, because we not all the same, you know?
Yeah. So, we don't live in a world where everybody's going to accommodate you.
Well, I think, but she's not. It is accommodating. You could get a Lyft XL, which is just politely called that. It could be called Lyft Fat Fuck Bitch, and that would still apply. That's why you get a Lyft XL.
Well, it is, but she swears she's never had to order one of those.
Well,
I feel like we should. Like, why not? I feel like a lot of times people think that bigger people, obese, the F word people should just be in a house. When it's like we not.
Word?
Yeah, the F word. I'm not.
The word that you can't say in your house.
Yeah.
Fat. You don't like it.
Oh,
I'm not saying that word.
Yeah, we don't use that word in my house either.
I thought you were talking about the gay slur. I'm like, wait, I'm confused.
No.
One of them says, I thought you were talking about the gay slur.
Oh, no. I missed it. Sorry, I stepped
Yeah,
on it.
no, it's all right. I want to make sure you hear it.
Yeah, the F word. I'm not.
The word that you can't say in your house.
Yeah.
Fat. You don't like it.
Oh,
I'm not saying that word.
Yeah, we don't use that word in my house either.
I thought you were talking about the gay slur. I'm like, wait, I'm confused.
No.
So, and I can see why Charlemagne was confused. And she's like, wait a minute. She's fat and she's an F slur? Hold on. I wasn't ready for that. This is just blowing my mind.
His incredulous style there makes me laugh. Boy, that's actually not bad. And I don't think he meant it to be funny, but that was hilarious.
He did not, but it's I will say it's my favorite moment of the show. All right. So she wants to kind of make the case though about F people.
Is we go outside and people looking at us crazy, like, we getting stared at for what? Because we big?
No, because we're amazed at God's creativity in making you fucking idiot.
We're amazed that our Lord and Savior, the Almighty, has such a sense of humor that He created you.
Yeah, I was thinking about this when we were leading, because I knew we were going to talk about this. I'm trying to get in the habit of paying attention to what we're going to talk about.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Lizzo's been losing weight. I don't know if you knew that. She's actually started to try to lose a little weight. Is she going to see this and be, fuck this shit, I'm back? Is she going to,
I think it's going to bring back the Stay Puffed version of Lizzo. I think, that's probably what's going to happen. So she wants to continue making her point, though, about why do people stare and gawk at us? Probably because of that gunt that we were showcasing earlier.
I know a lot of times, even seeing it with how Lizzo, although she's lost a lot of weight now, how.
Yeah, so obviously Jess Hilarious is in a different studio, and apparently there was nowhere else to put a light anywhere in that studio except for directly over the lens of the camera. So she's not there with them, but she adds some great insight to it.
It could be like some of the clothes that the F people wear, with things.
So the fact that she starts using the phrase F people, and I'm like, all right. So yes, there is a degree of what you said earlier, Eric. They are kissing her ass.
Yeah.
Hanging out and y'all, try to wear things that the smart,
I don't
the S
live,
people be wearing.
I don't live in a world where I'm the skinny people, when the F people. That's not my reality. I am a human being. I am regular.
Is she? Is she regular? No. I feel like that flies in the face of everything that my eyes have told me about her.
You know, I think
she's
she's fucking this whole thing up. She's way too sensitive to be this disgusting. You got to lean into that shit. You got to be on stage and have them roll her in fucking flour and find the wet spot, all that stuff. That's going to make you the money. No one wants this bitchy ass crybaby who's killing herself every fucking day. Fuck you.
Well,
get with it.
She's talking about her reality and what's not her reality.
A lot of people will look at me and be like, "Oh, she eat, she do this, she do that all the time." That's not my reality either. Like,
you don't eat.
You don't eat. You don't eat.
I mean, Charlemagne is really funny in this conversation.
You don't eat.
You don't eat.
I do eat, but I don't just sit down. I'm not 600-pound life. That's not my life.
Gotcha.
So, well, I'm glad that you noticed what she said. She makes the point that 600-pound life is not her life. Keep that in mind with this next clip.
I got up to like 598 and I didn't even know it, but I was still.
So she's never been 600 pounds, but she did get to 598. So my 598-pound life is actually where she got to. She did not get to 600 pounds, Eric.
Oh, it's bad when you can drop 200 and no one will notice.
You could drop the weight of both Kelsey brothers and everybody would look at you and go, "That's a fat bitch."
I got up to like 598 and I didn't even know it, but I was still doing stuff that I thought I could do. Like I was still trying to go to the gym, still trying to walk around and stuff like that. I realized it was a problem when I couldn't do what I used to do no more. And
Can you imagine when she gets up from, doing on the bench press and you've got this fucking layer of cheese on there?
So so she's kind of explaining to Charlemagne, that there's times where it's hard for her to get around and do things other people do.
Get like smaller because I want to do more things as far as like being out of breath too fastly because I'm really active for my size. Like I like to do a lot of stuff. But I
saw you fall the other day on stage.
Yeah, that was like 2017. That was cute.
I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
It was
only
cute.
$4.99.
Yeah, it was. By the way, in case anybody forgot about that, here she is, and again, her music's playing, so we have to have it on mute. There she is, falling over. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that
nimble. Then she was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she was $4.98 back then.
By the way, she was bitching about how I don't like people looking at me, and then the Duke of the Delusional says people look at her because she blocks our view.
Absolutely.
Hey, I believe these are all funny comments, and I love it. But this is fucking great shit. So it's time for all you cunts to pay up. Let's go. Give us some fucking money.
Yeah. We only want your money from one place. Super chats.
Yes.
We don't have Streamlabs. Although Eric Zane was kind enough to Venmo me earlier this week. I appreciate that. Paying for half of the Stuttering John cameo. But we just go ahead. If you're enjoying this and you're having fun, super chat us. If not, just be really funny. Be like Chad's missing upper lip. That's what you really have to do. You
can only get away with the free poor chat now is if you're this funny. She squished Gene Simmons shoes down to flip-flops.
Thank you, AB Normal. All right. So there's some wild parts of this conversation. She contends that, she has a fairly large family. And this claim about her family is going to blow your mind probably even more than it does Charlemagne's.
I live in a family with 5 of us. My dad was big. My mom was a little big. Then it was 3 of us. We drove a PT Cruiser. We was all packed up. I swear to God.
Do you hear the voice? I don't even know what of the women it is. I think it's the one, Jess Hilarious. Stop lying.
Stop lying. Stop lying. You F. You F.
I swear to God.
If y'all was out there one time.
Dave, I'm going to fight you now, Dave.
Y'all think I'm like.
DJ Envy's like, I'm going to fight you.
Okay, you see now it's okay. The ice has broken. Granted, it was very thick ice. In order to break it, you had to have a lot of weight on it. The ice is broken. It's time to have black people fun. So they all talk and scream at the same time. and it's hilarious. Charlemagne's happy. Look at him. He's looking on with his nose in the air like,
yeah.
This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted.
This is exactly why they had her up here. And JFK Head Chunk with $2 for my Hotard bus pass. That's a reference to a clip that we showed earlier in the show for people who are only watching us here on our Dank DeMoss segment.
For y'all in the PT.
It was 5 of us. My dad big. Bro, I swear to God, bro. Okay, what happened? I swear.
I'm too tall for
bro, it happened. I'm trying to tell y'all.
She's trying to tell them. All right. So this leads to a conversation about what kind of car Charlemagne drives and if she would fit in it. I don't know if he's making plans for after the show. I'm not quite sure exactly why he brought this up.
Prius.
I can fit in there.
You can't.
So he says he has a Prius.
Yeah, I got a little Prius.
I can fit in there.
You can't fit in no
Yes,
Prius.
I can. I can.
What do you think? You've seen a Prius, whether you've been in one or not. Could she fit into 2 Priuses, welded together?
When she says fit in it, I mean, I think it would take some work, but you could stuff her in. It'd be painful. It'd be gross. It would smell bad.
You'd have to take the back seat out.
Yeah, that's her definition of fitting in it. Okay.
Yeah.
She's not comfortably sitting. She's just stuffed into it, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
This is horrible. She's a disgusting individual, and she needs to stop.
She just told you that she sat in a PT Cruiser and she was fine.
Yes, I did. I was in a PT Cruiser.
Yes,
I was. We was in an escort too.
I don't believe you can fit no Prius though.
Yes, I can.
Front or back?
Both.
Oh, they got to try it. They got to do it. I mean, this is like a classic radio stunt. Take the fat bitch outside and stuff her in the goddamn car.
The fact that this video didn't end with them after the show and Charlemagne pulls up in his Prius and they just try and cram her into it. The fact that it didn't happen.
Yeah, that's why you have interns. Go get the car. Bring it up front.
Eric, that's why radio's dying, and some would say is already dead and has been for a long time because they've got this great viral moment that could help out iHeartRadio, and they're like, man, that's all right. All right, so we'll get a little bit more car talk in a bit, but here Charlemagne is trying to help her just sort of better her life.
A man like to stress you out. You in Detroit? It's a lot of niggas out there.
What? What the fuck?
I think that's that's the same way that I do believe that I've heard Eric Zane talk about Detroit.
Why don't you get a man like to stress you out? You in Detroit? It's a lot of niggas out there.
Oh shit! He's a black guy saying it, and I still think it's wrong. I
really
usually love it when black people say it, but I didn't like that at all.
No, I know. And I was like, oh, of all the cities for him to say this about, the one that's close to you. Because look, he's not talking about Grand Rapids, I mean, let's be honest. So he's
is that
like,
a
all
good
right.
thing? I mean, I don't know black culture. I can observe black culture, but I always have questions about.
Obviously,
the
anyone
black
watching
culture.
this video knows that I clearly am in touch with black culture, and you can see
Yeah.
me. Yeah, I know. I believe it's a good thing, but I don't know. Let's see if she's interested.
Stress you out. You want a man to cheat on us?
I'm good. I'm focused.
So
I don't. They all talk at the same time, and I can't keep up. I'm not. I don't.
No,
have
it's mostly
the,
her saying that I'm good, I'm focused. So now it does beg the question, could there have been something to the other F word? Is it possible? I don't know. I don't have the answers to this. Just questions. But then Charlemagne's going to ask probably what all of us are thinking the first time we ever heard this story.
Good job.
One thing I would
You don't
ask
like fat jokes? Be honest.
Do you like fat jokes? You notice I knew I was going to have to pause and translate. Do you like fat jokes? Be honest.
Ask
him
if you like short
I
jokes.
don't know. I don't know. Why would I like fat jokes?
Some of them just be funny.
I mean, because I be laughing at the shit some people say to me.
You laugh at some of them.
So I be funny, but it don't mean that I like it.
What's something somebody had said to you that you laughed at?
I don't know, but I know I just laugh at a lot of stuff sometimes. I'll be like, look what they said, but I can't. I don't know.
What about if somebody say you battle rapping and they say it's a 20v1, but it's just you and another person?
I'll probably be like, what they mean?
I'm glad she said that because I had no idea what Charlemagne was talking about. That's why I let the clip go on. He's like, well, what about this? And she's like, yeah, what they mean. I'm like, yes, thank you, Dank.
You didn't.
What
You
they
didn't
mean.
get that? It means 20 guys against one.
Oh, So, all right. So you're a little bit more
come on.
street than I thought.
He's good for 20 v1. I mean, come on now. What the fuck?
All right. So you're a little bit more street than I was. Yes.
She says shit and he says the N-word, and this is iHeartRadio. How is this even possible?
So they record their interviews and then they chop them up and they put them on the show. And yeah. So it's a great question, but the very first test show Carl and I ever did for this show, we had Vivek Ramaswamy on the Breakfast Club, and the language was a little bit different than this.
Okay,
so it's some changes over there at the Breakfast Club. Let's see if she's got anything else to say here. Let me.
When did you make the OnlyFans? Was that when you were comfortable?
I should say,
okay, yeah, go ahead.
He's trying to be funny by saying the jokes, but he's asking her, yeah, so do you think this is funny? And he knows that that's funny to the audience. He's making fun of her in a passive aggressive way, but she's super dumb.
Yes.
So she doesn't get it. She's like, she thinks that he actually wants her insight onto this horrible joke about how disgusting she is. And she's too stupid to follow along. So this is actually how he's doing that.
I had mislabeled my clips. My apologies to everybody. Now, what we're about to get is the bombshell that, of course, she's all over social media, including a very famous subscription service.
When did you make the OnlyFans? Was that when you were comfortable?
When did I make the OnlyFans? I probably made that like a couple years ago. But when I got comfortable in my skin, it started as a kid because like when I would get ready for school and if I had on a big shirt or something, I just look crazy. My daddy be like, you look good, baby girl, or you beautiful, baby girl. My mama be like, girl, take that shit off. Take that off. You know?
So what I'm able to ascertain is that she's been doing OnlyFans for a while. And I'm going to have to say there's no money in the budget for us to take a look at that. I'm sorry, Easy. You're going to have to go out of pocket on that one. I think that, but DJ Envy hears the word OnlyFans.
Fans?
I do.
Oh, they running it up too.
They run it up on OnlyFans.
Man, they running it up.
I don't know. Y'all just gonna have to go.
How much you making on that OnlyFans?
Dank DeMoss, you know.
How much you making? Money coming in.
What you making a month?
Did you notice how 3 of them all asked, how much money do you make in a month on OnlyFans? And she's the only one who's not tacky. And she's like, I don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to bet it's a lot. And I wish it weren't,
I have a curious question. I missed like the last 30 seconds of what you said, maybe a minute.
Okay.
I have breaking news. Do you want the breaking news now?
Yes. Let's go to the breaking news.
Need my glasses for breaking news. You might notice some of the comments. Hi, who are these podcasts? Due to a copyright match, your stream was interrupted.
Oh.
Streams are interrupted when copyrighted content is detected. So, I don't even know if this is actually the words I'm saying are being heard by you. Probably no one else.
Just me checking it out. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know. We've had some content that, might be copywritten. I bet it's not the one thing that I decided to check with Carl to make sure it wasn't copywritten. It's all right. We're enjoying this. We're going to finish up what Dank DeMoss has to say. We've only got a few more clips and then we'll head on our way. I did not, I see now the text that you're talking about, but my phone was over here. But we're having fun, aren't we?
Yes, we're still having fun. Thank you.
Yeah, and it says 115 people are watching. So
yeah, a lot of them are saying, "Uh-oh, that's it. Uh-oh."
Yeah.
But all right.
Well, that's all right. So yeah, there is an OnlyFans, and don't worry, I didn't show any of her OnlyFans content. I know better than that. So we'll have to figure out what the content was. We'll have to remove it. And do you think it was Kanye's shirt? Because that was the one thing I asked Carl. I'm like, you think we can show that? And he's like, yeah, it should be fine. And I wonder if it's that.
Not sure because it says copywritten material. So it could be Charlemagne. I mean, I don't know how much of a lag there is. If it detects it, does it happen immediately or does it sit on it and then throws the hand grenade in the room and nukes you?
Yeah, we've played clips from the show before, but maybe we're playing so many.
Right.
That,
well, I know you do your homework when it comes to being meticulous about what could be a problem.
Well, it just means I'm going to have to start doing what Hack Ride does, and he takes all of his clips and he uploads them to a dummy YouTube channel, and he looks for any copyright notes. We haven't had that in a while, so let's kind of wind things down with Dank DeMoss here, Easy, and. She's making plans for when she gets skinny. It comes out in this conversation that she lost 80 pounds at some point.
And I should point out, we have come back now. The show has come back. The audience is commenting on it. Just so you know, audience, what you missed. I sucked off the dog. You missed it.
Oh, that is why we got a strike. So now the interesting thing will be,
I have consumed the dog's semen, and you missed it.
If I show another clip from the Breakfast Club and then we go away, then I think we'll understand that I did not do my homework as well as I thought we did. And I was very excited about this segment. I was so excited to share it with everybody. And again, I was up until 3 a.m. So I probably should have taken some time to check.
I was just given a heads up from Carl, and he wrote, "Stop playing clips."
Okay.
That is what he said. So I'm passing that along to you.
No, that's good because I can't read.
I don't want to fuck it up any more than we already have,
So I'll figure out a way. If anybody wants to find this interview, go ahead and check out the Breakfast Club's YouTube page. I did want to end with her freestyle rapping at the end, but
I don't think we should.
No, we're not going to. I want people to make sure they find that is my point.
All right.
Okay.
And sorry, there's been a lot of technical issues on this show. Like, we've been getting random chats showing up that we did not put up there. So I don't know, like that one. I didn't put
I didn't put it up.
Look,
my hands are here. I didn't have anything. Well, I hope that whatever people were able to see, that they enjoyed Dank DeMoss and Nasty Meal. That's not Nasty Neil. Christian and Easy, what's your guys' take on Shuli's producer getting popped for CP? I mean, it's a terrible thing. It's the most awful thing that you can hear about somebody. And I believe that he's been sentenced for probably not long enough. From what I've heard, I don't follow that story that closely.
No, I don't either. I think Shuli's doing the right thing, though. I mean, he's just that's what you do. You distance yourself when those things happen.
Right, exactly. So, in any case, I hope that everybody had fun with our Super Bowl stuff. That we had fun with Dank DeMoss, and we even what I'm gonna put my theory on. Entertainment Tonight didn't want to show in their clip. That's who I'm gonna put.
Who knows? Who knows? I just hope that it didn't cause anything more than just a muting and kind of shutting us down, as opposed to, because sometimes that can be pretty bad when you do that shit. You get in trouble.
Yeah, it's almost as bad as if some idiot took their pants off on this show and showed off his asshole and balls.
Yeah. I mean, that's all hypothetical, though. I mean, you wouldn't.
Why would that ever happen on this show? Exactly. Well, it's all right. We were pretty close to finishing up anyway, and we appreciate what everybody's doing. And yes, Mark Atkinson, I did realize that was probably VTL. Yeah, we know that he's here. And
I don't know what that means. Vince the lawyer?
Vince the lawyer.
Oh, I'm learning fucking jargon.
Yeah, right. Exactly. We appreciate that. So let's make sure that we get all of our super chats out of the way. I believe that we didn't show this one, the Duke of the Delusional. She is dating the Las Vegas Sphere. That was her. That was Dank DeMoss. Yeah, and it's always disappointing when things don't go the way you want them to.
Well, yeah, I mean, because we had momentum. I mean, we were crushing it.
I think so. For the first time ever, we were crushing our show. We were
for the first time ever. I wanted it to be like, I didn't want it to end like I always do.
But I know you're usually,
I'm always like,
tapping the watch.
Come on, I got shit to do.
Yeah,
but no, I love that fat bitch. She's great for comedy.
She's great. Yeah. Now I just have to figure out which shows she goes on that we can actually show clips from. we'll figure it out. I think the archive version of this show will probably be better for it. And who knows? Maybe
So
one
when
day
we-
we'll figure out that we can show her freestyle rapping on another day. Not
I have
today.
a question.
Yes, sir.
When this, like, people can watch these shows on demand, well, those clips will have to come out, right?
Yeah.
So those jokes are gone forever.
Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed them, and I hope you paid us for them.
Fuck me.
But the
Fuck.
I believe the audio audience will get to hear everything, because I don't think you have to take stuff out for the audio version of the podcast, which is a great time to remind everyone that it is not just a YouTube show. You can subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. I think that this would be an episode where, boy, you would really miss some of the visuals with Dank DeMoss as we go along, but that's all right. You can Google her and you can kind of get it. She looks exactly how she sounds. Do you think that's accurate, Eric?
No, I think she should sound. That's how she should sound.
Right, that's fair. Yeah,
I mean, come on now.
Yeah, that's true.
No, she sounds like a little girl, but she's a monster.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
I don't like her because she's so fat.
Oh, that's why. I don't like her because she's a terrible rapper. That's actually why I don't like her. I have no problem with her having an OnlyFans. In any case, that is our show. We'll be back next Tuesday at the usual time. Thanks to everyone, and thanks to EZ. Where can people find you?
So you can catch my show Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, or at Eric Zane Live when you download the Twitch app. And then on Friday at 9 a.m. And then the audio podcast is available wherever you download shows. So everything that I do on my live show, when I do it live on Twitch, becomes the audio podcast. So you can listen to it that way too. So there you go.
My personal podcast, The Blackcast. I did just throw myself a birthday party where I made a bunch of people hang out with me for an hour and 46 minutes. So if that sounds less than pathetic, go ahead and check that out.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate that. The show that brings me the most income, as always, is 100 Songs That Define Heavy Metal, wherever podcasts are found. This week, our guest was comedian Craig Gass, who I do believe will be on this show some point in the near future. And
I have a history with Craig Gass.
Is it a good one?
Well, it was a little weird.
Oh, good. I like it.
It was a little weird, and it was back in the radio days. He made himself a commodity, and then it got weird.
Oh, I love this. All right, good. I like the idea that it's weird.
That's a tease. God
I
damn
know.
it.
That's gonna be great, obviously, and you can check that out. That is all the time we have for now. As always, this is Christian Bladt reminding you.
Sorry.
So you just swithed to a cheaper chat, but
We
it's because
just got one.
We didn't read it yet.
Just came in.
Yeah. So Dang Lizard with €2. ICBM terrible, and Lady K hates me now.
That's not good enough.
No, that's not good. I mean, €2 is
But-
nowhere. Like, look at what Dame Taft spent.
Yeah.
All right. Dang Lizard, I appreciate your money, but it's not going to get the job done. All right.
No.
It's definitely not going to get the job done. So it'd be great if every time that I'm about to sign off, we get one more. I'll stay. EZ can go about his life and go about his day. But that is all the time for now. As always, this is Christian Bladt reminding you that every mic is a hot mic, but WATP is Happy Days. WATS is Laverne and Shirley. WATB is, you guessed it, Joni loves Chachi. CB loves EZ. Smooch.